turn it on.
I just really like the fuzzy texture. It's like... Oh.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Never mind.
It All right, good morning, friends, enemies, and those still under review. We are here in Winchester, Virginia for the second day of the Beast Coast Brawl. This is Game 7. The Mars Junior Beasts up against the Rome Junior Roller Derby All-Stars, and that was the whistle, and we are off. Lightning jamming for Rome, still hitched up in the pack, as Armstrong Jr. makes a quick exit to pick up lead for Mars. He's coming around to score some points with Lightning hot on his tail. This pack is moving very quickly, folks, and he calls off the jam. Just waiting for a score confirmation from the officials. It does appear that Armstrong Jr. has picked up 3 points for Mars, and that brings our score to an early 3-0. Rome's Ruby Red Slapper tries to dance her way up the inside of that pack, does not quite clear the boundary, which sends her to the penalty box, leaving Mars's Sugar Rush an opportunity to score unopposed. Let's see what she can do with that. She makes a quick run through the pack to pick up 4 points. Rome's Jammer is trying to form a triangle up at the top to see if they can answer that. Sugar Rush continues her rampage. She is an unstoppable force this morning. That was an 8-point jam for Sugar Rush, bringing the score to 11 points for Mars and 0 for Rome. Mars's blockers grouping up at the pivot line before they roll back in an attempt to form a solid wall, see if they can do something about those Mars jammers. Rome picks up a super quick lead. That is Lightning, who is unfortunately now heading to the penalty box on a track cut, leaving Mars another chance to score unopposed. That is Venus Flytrap now holding lead. Rome's blocker is recycling hard on Venus Flytrap. Venus Flytrap's got one to beat. They are regrouping after taking her to the floor. Venus Flytrap stumbles just a little bit and is back on their feet on a scoring run. Lightning back out of the penalty box as Venus Flytrap calls off the jam. Score is now sitting at 15 points for Mars and 0 for Rome. And that is the first lead jam of the game for Rome. To thunderous applause from those here in the arena, Mighty Duck picks up lead. Mighty Duck runs up the outside of that pack, is hitched up at the top by Mars's blockers, hop, skip, and a jump to get around them, and is now scoring points for Rome. Mighty Duck absolutely runs through that pack on her toe stops. Tells Mars' blockers, you may be having a great day, but you can't stop me now. Mars trying to form some defense around Rome up top there. That is number 17, Ankle Biter, trying to play just a little bit of offense for Mars' jammer. As Mighty Duck continues to pick up points for Rome. Biggest jam of the game so far, seeing if she can tie up that score. Mighty Duck makes one more pass through the pack, just a couple to beat, is pulled to the back by Tsunami. And calls off the jam. Confirmation from the officials that that was a 14-point jam for Mighty Duck. Biggest of the game so far, bringing our score to 15 points for Mars and 14 for Rome. So just quick as that, folks, only 1 point separates these teams. Lightning picks up the second lead in a row for Rome. Rome may have had a rough start, but they have decided they will not be letting that taint the rest of this game. Armstrong Jr. getting knocked around in the back of the pack by Coyote from Rome. Lightning heading to the penalty box. Mars' players definitely incensed about a power jam. All right, we are getting everyone back in place on the track to return to the game. All right, the intensity is high with just 1 point separating these teams. A massive jammer takeout on the second straightaway there, and that is number 222, Spitfire, pulling Sugar Rush to the back of the pack, says, you think you got out? No, you're gonna have to do that again. Sugar Rush still looking for a way through. Rome's Lightning has exited the penalty box. Lightning making their way around the track to pick up some points for Rome, and that could bring us a lead change. And there we have it. That is a lead change. When a lead change occurs in Adult Derby, we do say drink. Well, I have a cup of coffee. Sugar Rush out on the run as well, looking to pick up some points from Mars. That is another 12-point jam for Rome, bringing our score to 15-26. Rome was able to hold Mars scoreless during that jam. All right, we've got a scuffle between the jam and pivot line. Blockers jockeying for position as jammers look for any way out. Ruby Red Slapper looking for a way through Mars' defensive triangle. Ruby is on her feet and out of the pack, picking up lead jam for Rome. Oh, I stand corrected. I do see Boom there signaling no pass, no penalty. So it appears that Ruby Red Slapper is in fact not qualified to be lead jammer, although she was in fact the first one out of the pack. Ankle Biter has taken a star pass for Mars, which also disqualifies from the acquisition of the lead jammer position, which means there is no lead jammer. This jam will run the full 2 minutes, and the time will be forced to expire naturally. Let's see what happens. Ruby Red Slapper pushes her way around Venus Flytrap on the edge of that first turn. Ankle Biter on her toe stop dances around that exact same turn around Rome's Mermaid. Both jammers out and scoring points. Rome currently in the lead score-wise as both jammers try to make the most of these 2 minutes. Another pass through the pack by Ankle Biter. All right, as our referees whistle that jam to its natural conclusion, I am just going to wait to see those hands go up from the jam refs for score confirmation. I do believe that jam brought us 16 points for Rome and 11 for Mars, bringing our score to 26-44. This really goes to show how quickly scores and leads can change in this game. All right, quick lead for Mars by Harmstrong Jr. Oh, Harmstrong Jr. taking a seat in the penalty box. Lightning is now lead jammer for Rome. Lightning coming around to pick up some more points. Rome's Bruiser getting a quick skate repair from their bench coach. Lightning says, thank you for those 4 points. I'll take 4 more. Harmstrong Jr. out of the box, fast as can be, comes around to hit the back of that pack, jumps the apex. He does stick the landing and picks up 4 points for Mars as well. Pardon me, that was a non-scoring pass as that was his initial pass. But an absolutely beautiful leap over that apex regardless. And our score is now sitting at 26 points for Mars and 56 for Rome. We need a medic here on Rome's bench. Medic, we need a medic. Bruiser has given me a thumbs up and says, actually, I don't need a medic, thank you. Anyway, back to the action. That is Mighty Duck jamming for Rome, Sugar Rush jamming for Mars. Pack is stretched out to span nearly half the track. All right, Skatenstein taking a trip to the penalty box for Mars. Mighty Duck as lead jammer for Rome. There are only 33 seconds left in this jam, and no one has scored any points so far. Really a testament to the defense on both teams. An official timeout has been called, which does give me the chance to take a pause from this very exciting, very fast-paced game and finally read off our team rosters. Here for the Mars Junior Beasts, we've got number 007, Rogue, number 06, Skatenstein, number 17, Anklebiter, 22, Harmstrong Jr., 24, Hasselhoff, 333, Larry, 364, Wanda Smashimoff, number 37, Venus Flytrap, 555, Jawbreaker, number 717, Mad Dog, number 722, Tsunami, number 75, Sugar Rush, number 85, Baby Stretch, number 911, Punisher, and number 921, Hell's Bells. Now, this is my first time getting to be on the microphone for the Rome Junior Roller Derby All-Stars. Thank you for having me, and I'm glad you're here. Number 06, Cosmic Cruiser, number 1, Boo, number 11, Thrasher, number 181, Ringo Scar, number 2, Bruiser, number 222, Spitfire, number 247, PETA, number 3, Goldie Blocks, number 340, Ruby Red Slapper, number 472, Star Viking, number 63, Mermaid Massacre, number 899, Coyote, number 911, Nacho Business, number 916, Mighty Duck, and number 99, Lightning. The Rome Junior Roller Derby All-Stars are coached by Licious, Wesley, Mama Bruiser, and Jeez Louise. I am not only speaking to our house here, but I am also on our live feed. I'd like to take a moment to welcome you all to our live feed, those of you who are joining us from home. Glad to have you. I'm Kitty Black. And those are two quick exits of the pack for Mars's Venus Flytrap and Rome's Lightning. It is now a foot race into that pack. Lightning squeaks out of that pack to pick up some points for Rome before Venus Flytrap says, you know, strategically, this is a good time to call that jam. Oh, Venus Flytrap does pick up 4 points as well, so makes a point of answering that from Rome before calling the jam, which puts our score at 30 points for Mars and 64 for Rome. I do believe we are on a brief, we are taking a timeout for some track repair. Always thankful for our track repair crew. Last night we did have some trouble with the track tape coming off the floor and assaulting both a skater and official. Those particular pieces of tape have been expelled for the weekend. All right. Harmstrong Jr. picks up lead for Mars. The speed and form on Armstrong Jr. has been truly, truly exceptional this weekend. Ruby Red Slapper, about a lap behind, clears that pack for Rome. Armstrong Jr. dances through that pack, picks up 4 points for Mars. And that is that for that jam. Score is now 34-64.
You sound fine from all the way back there, so it's good.
Great.
How long left?
If I keep doing this, I'll have to get my own mic.
I can't something like that. It's just, that's also very expensive, too.
All right, Mighty Duck picks up lead for Rome. Sugar Rush from Mars still stuck in the pack. I do hear some whistles being blown, some penalties being called. I have a really nice Audio-Technica mic at home that hooks up to my computer. I do occasional voiceovers and things like that.
Okay. I don't have any live stream knowledge, anything like that. I just, whatever's there, I use. I'll probably do the live stream for the next game.
Mighty Duck picking up some points for Rome. Sugar Rush out on the run from Mars as well. I do believe that is Mighty Duck being sent to the penalty box by Boom on a track cut. I have an emotional attachment to Audio-Technica because they're based in my hometown.
Yeah. Okay, I never heard of that.
Yeah, he's wearing one of their headsets.
Okay.
All right, Sugar Rush clears the pack. Mighty Duck back in. We have got about 10 seconds left to go in this leadless jam that will come to its natural conclusion. Beautiful slide up the outside of that pack by Mighty Duck. And that jam comes to a conclusion. Was a 6-7 jam. Our score is at 40 for Mars and 71 for Rome. And we are having an official timeout. I do know there was some rapid discussion from the officials at the end of that jam. If there are any discrepancies to be corrected. All right, and we are off. Lightning, our jammer for Rome, knocked to the floor at the front of that pack, back on their feet to give it another shot. Armstrong Jr. out of the pack for Mars, picking up lead, seeing if he can chip away at that 31-point lead. Lightning takes a tumble at the apex, is back on his feet. And Armstrong Jr. picks up 4 points, calls off the jam. You know, a million years ago in Derby, we had what was called the jammer lap point. If you passed the other team's jammer, you got an extra point, which could give you 5 points for pass.
Oh, those are the days.
The reason I'm bringing this up right now is you used to, as an announcer, be able to refer to going for 1 and 2 passes to bring the score differential down as nickel and diming at the other team's lead. And now I can't do that anymore. All right, number 340, Ruby Red Slapper from Rome picks up lead. She is coming through to try and pick up some points as well. Venus Flytrap in the back of that pack, held up by some quick footwork from Rome's blockers. Number 911, Nacho Business, giving Venus Flytrap all the business. Venus Flytrap is taken to the floor, does find her way back up. All right, our score is now sitting at 44-75. Mighty Duck runs up the inside of that pack with some help from our blockers, picks up an early lead for Rome. Disco to box, sending Hell's Bells to the box. Bruiser taking a seat in the penalty box as well. Sugar Rush out of the pack on a scoring run now, seeing if they can pick up some points before Mighty Duck calls off the jam, which Mighty Duck does. All right, starting this jam with a score of 44-81. Harmstrong Jr. picks up a very quick lead for Mars. Lightning is just hot on his tail. These two young people are going to hit the pack at just about the same time. The pack is moving incredibly fast. We've got blockers jockeying for position. Both jammers trying to pick up some points before calling this jam off. Quick hop from Harmstrong Jr. before calling that jam. And I do believe that was a 4-2 jam in favor of Mars. So Mars was able to change that score differential just a little bit to continue chipping away at Rome's lead, with our score now at 48-83. All right, Ankle Biter jamming for Mars. No, that is Harmstrong Jr. I do believe the scoreboard is actually incorrect. Sorry about that. And Harmstrong Jr. being sent to the penalty box, leaving Rome with a power jam. Rome doing their best to make the most of this opportunity. Rome's blockers trying to pull any kind of offense they possibly can, trying to get Ruby Red Slapper out of that pack. Outstanding blocking wall from Mars at the top of that pack, doing what we call recycling in this sport. And Ruby Red Slapper is finally out on a scoring run now. Harmstrong Jr. back out of the penalty box. This jam will be running the full 2 minutes. We've got about 45 seconds left to go. Quite a collision at the top of the pack as Harmstrong Jr. looks for a way out. Unfortunately, those hits were not completely legal, as Harmstrong Jr. now goes to the box on a cut track, leaving Rome with another power jam. There are not quite 30 seconds left in this jam, which will also give Rome a power start of our next jam. And that jam is whistled to a close. And during that time, no points scored by Mars and 2 scored for Rome, leaving our score at 48-85. All right, with about 3.5 minutes left in this period. Viking has picked up lead jam for Rome, scores 4 points, calls it off. Score is now 48-89. I am loving Rome's cheering section here in our house. Evidently, Mars heard me compliment Rome's cheering section and said, no, you're not just going to get away with that. So we have some enthusiasm from both sides this morning. Love to see it. All right, we are on an official timeout right now. Score at 48-89. Just under 3 minutes left in the first half of this game, which has absolutely flown by. After this half, if either of you want some. You looked like you might. No, you looked cold. I have coffee. I brought throat coat tea to keep my voice up.
We just had this whole conversation because I forgot to bring tea. So thank you.
Oh, I brought 2 boxes of tea. I get it from my mother. I have the kind of mom who, no matter what's wrong with you, they recommend tea for it.
Oh my goodness.
Headache, tea. Cramps, tea. Broke up, tea.
My mom's that way too. She's like, put the tea in the bath.
Yes, exactly.
The bathrooms.
And like, now that I'm a mother, I've started to do the same thing. All right, that official timeout is coming to a close. And we are off. Lightning jamming for Rome up against Mars' Venus Flytrap. Lightning picks up a quick lead. Pack looking a little sparse there as we do have a lot of skaters in the penalty box right now. Cola signals a track cut on Venus Flytrap, which is going to give Lightning a power jam. All right, Lightning picks up 4 points for Rome. Bit of a pileup on the outside of that turn there. Venus Flytrap out of the penalty box, and Lightning calls off the jam. Score is now 48-93. When officials do that for me. All right, the official review has ended, and we are back at it. Armstrong Jr. picks up lead for Mars. Armstrong Jr. receives some wild gesticulations from his bench coach there. Call off the jam, call off the jam, call it, call it, call it. Armstrong Jr. calls that jam, and our score is now at 52-95. We have called a timeout because the fire alarm in this building has gone off. I don't smell smoke, so I am assuming we are all safe. But if we do need to file out of the building, I will let you all know. Okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up from the crowd. There is no fire. The alarm is just going off. We are all safe.
We're good. No fire.
Okay, Again, I have been informed there is no fire. It's just that you see our skaters are going so fast that the heat generated on the track has caused the fire alarm to go off. The sheer awesomeness of our players. And that concludes today's first game of Duck Duck Goose. We are getting back to the action with Mars at 52 points and Rome at 95. All right, Mighty Duck jamming for Rome. Fresh off a successful round of Duck Duck Goose. Armstrong Jr. jamming for Mars. Mighty Duck has been sent to the penalty box. Armstrong Jr. has as well. This means that both jammers are going to take a seat, then hop back up. And they are back out, folks. I do believe this means there will be no lead jammer this jam, bringing the jam to its natural conclusion after 2 minutes. And the period clock has expired, leaving us on jam time only as Armstrong Jr. exits the pack. Armstrong Jr. looks for a way up the outside of that pack. A couple of Rome's blockers just said absolutely not. Mayday, and pardon me, that was Thrasher not giving Armstrong Jr. any love on the inside line there. All right, Armstrong Jr. sitting back down in the penalty box to think about what he did. Jam clock just about to expire. And that takes us to halftime, folks. We've got a 15-minute intermission as our score sits at 55 points for Mars and 96 for Rome. To run Dungeons and Dragons games professionally, where that's really just me acting like a goblin for a couple hours. Hey. Your children are looking great out there. Yeah, no, yeah, I really hope you're proud. No, Junior's got some amazing form and speed.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
You say that.
He has just absolutely wowed me all weekend. I'm like, dang, look at that one go. No, I hope you are very proud of him.
They give it their best. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, my daughter wants to play when she's older. She's 5. I've already taught her to skate.
Awesome.
And she says when she takes the corner fast, she feels like a rocket.
That's awesome.
All right, we have got our skaters lining back up on the track. Oh, and I have got a new pile of shout-outs to read. To Duck from Punisher. Great job today. See you in Nashville. To Punisher from Mom and Dad. Skate hard, kid. Love you. Another one to Punisher from Mom and Dad. That's so nice. And they just said, we're so proud of you. All right, quick lead for Rome. That is Lightning out there. Armstrong Jr. in the penalty box, awaiting the chance to get up and answer to that. In the meantime, another shout out for Punisher from Riley. Good luck, love you. Armstrong Jr. now out of the penalty box, chasing Lightning down, trying to shut down that scoring run as efficiently as possible. Armstrong Jr. pushing on a 2-wall at the front of that pack. Moving to the in, to the out. He does make his way out of the pack, forcing Lightning to whistle the jam to a close, bringing our score to 55-104 after an 8-point jam for Lightning. I've got another shout out for Punisher. You are just terribly popular today, kid. And your Aunt Karen says you're doing great. Keep it up. And one more for Punisher from Nancy. This is awfully sweet. Skate hard, Winnie the Pooh. All right. We have got Rome Star Viking up against Sugar Rush from Mars. Out blocking on the track for Rome right now is Cosmic Cruiser, and such a polite young man who approached me during halftime and asked me to say hello to his mother, Cosmic Crusher, for him. So, hi there, Mama Cosmic. Speaking of Cosmic Cruiser, really putting in some work, holding back Mars's jammer at the top of that pack, holding up a defensive triangle. That jam has now come to an end with 4 points scored by Mars and 0 for Rome. Score is now 59-104. That is Rome's Lightning just dancing up the outside of that pack right off the initial straightaway. And Venus Flytrap taking a seat in the penalty box for Mars, giving Lightning a power jam. Let's see what they can do with that opportunity. Mars arranging at the back of the pack, seeing if they can give their jammer some of what we call in this sport passive offense. Keep the pack slow, allow your jammer to more or less skate laps when they can, and just pick up as many points as easily as possible. So let's see what Lightning can do with that. One blocker from Mars takes the back of the pack, trying to slow Lightning down. That was Jawbreaker, was not quite able to catch Lightning. Venus Flytrap out of the penalty box for Mars. And Lightning completes another scoring run. Jawbreaker taking a seat in the penalty box. Lightning still on the run, having what I do believe is the biggest jam of the game so far for either team. Waiting on confirmation for the officials. All right, in fact, Lightning did in fact pick up 24 points for Rome. Score is now 59 to 128 after Lightning was able to hold Mars scoreless for that jam. All right, Rome's Ruby Red Slapper, given the opportunity by her blockers to take some space up the inside of that pack, picks up a quick lead, followed by Harmstrong Jr. from Mars. Actually, if you have a second, could you pull those out of the box for me? If you have a second, could you take those out of the box for me? Just kind of reach in the bottom. Lightning jumps the straightaway, picks up a lead for Rome. Sugar Rush from Mars, not far behind. Thank you. Well, the teams get arranged on the track. I have got a couple official shout-outs to read, and I do have some blank cards up here at the announcer's table. If you would like to let one of our officials or volunteers know that you appreciate them, go ahead and write them a compliment and drop it in the box here, and I'll be happy to read it. So to Jules, good OPR work, solid communication all weekend. All right, that is Rome's Mighty Duck picking up lead jam. Venus Flytrap showing outstanding speed skating form, not too far behind. Just looking for a way into that pack. Jam is brought to an end quickly, leaving our score at 59 to 138. I have a shout out for Disco to Box. Great forearm call, Jam 1, period 2. And for Gluteus Cactimus, great jam timing, love the communication. Okay, Ruby Red Slapper is jamming for Rome. Harmstrong Jr. wearing the star for Mars. Ruby Red Slapper getting hemmed up at the top of the pack by Ankle Biter. And Tsunami, all four jammers from Mars now on top of Ruby Red Slapper. Very good attention to the distance in that pack as they stretch it out as far as they can. Ruby Red Slapper does manage to pick up lead. Harmstrong Jr. just breathing down Ruby's neck as they hit the back of the pack. Harmstrong Jr. seeing if he can force Ruby to call it off. And Ruby calls off the jam after Harmstrong Jr. scores, I do believe, 1 point. I am going, 2 points there, thank you to Boom. That was a 2-0 jam. Thank you, jam refs. Score is 61 to 138. It's always impressive when you are not lead and are able to just even briefly hold the other jammer scoreless. We'll shout out here for Scruff Canuck. Super clear hand signals and fancy feet. Keep up the good work. All right, Rome's Lightning getting a bit tangled up with Mars's blockers at the front of that pack. Mad Dog taking a seat in the penalty box. Lightning is now out and is in fact lead jammer. Mars's Sugar Rush just about half a track behind. Lightning just barreling through that pack. So, got a little shout out for Ockbot. Great signaling and communication from the outside lane. And NPC, during the Philly versus Mars game, we appreciate you being good at keeping calm under pressure. And we are in an official timeout right now. I do see our officials having a discussion on something or other. Folks, we are back to the game. About 20 minutes to go in the second half of this game, with a score of 61 for Mars and 141 for Rome. All right, Mars's Venus Flytrap pushing at the front of that pack, trying to pick up lead, while Rome's Jammer has taken a seat in the penalty box. That is Lightning. Must have committed a penalty at the end of that last jam. Venus Flytrap is, in fact, lead jammer. Let's see what she can do with that. All right, Armstrong Jr., just an absolute machine, runs his way up the inside of that pack, picks up lead for Mars. Armstrong Jr. sees Mighty Duck coming up on that pack and opts to call off the jam. Score at 65 to 141. Lightning makes a quick dip around Ankle Biter to pick up lead jammer for Rome. Sugar Rush from Mars has now broken the pack, approximately half a track behind. Lightning trying to pick up some points before Sugar Rush arrives, and Lightning calls off the jam. Lightning able to, in fact, pick up the full 4 points before calling off the jam. All right. Lead jam goes to Mars's Venus Flytrap. Rome's Star Viking out of the pack as well now. Both jammers on scoring runs. Venus Flytrap pushes their way through the inside of turn 1 and calls off the jam right away. Trying to chip away at Mars's lead, at Rome's lead just a little bit, and bringing our score to 69 to 145 after a 4-0 jam in favor of Mars. Armstrong Jr. taking the lead for Mars. Rome's Lightning is in fact able to escape the pack after a big hit from Mars's Punisher. Armstrong Jr. on a second scoring run now. Another scoring pass for Armstrong Jr. He has picked up 8 points during the jam so far. Lightning out of the pack scores 4 points. And I do believe that is Mars's coach, Stretch Armstrong, calling an official review. And I will be right back with the results of that as soon as I am informed. All right, we are just about back in action here, folks. Thank you for waiting. All right, Ruby Red Slapper pushing on Mars's blockers, looking for a way out of that pack, and does in fact find one. Picks up lead jam for Rome. Armstrong Jr. wearing the star once again for Mars. About half a track behind Ruby Red Slapper, trying to make the most of this opportunity before Armstrong hits that pack. Armstrong approaches, Ruby calls the jam off. Ruby Red Slapper able to pick up 1 point before calling the jam off, and our score is now 80 to 150 in favor of Rome. All right, Rome's Lightning comes through that pack, picks up lead, and Mars's Sugar Rush looking for a way out as well. Lightning pulled to the back of the pack by some blockers from Mars. Sugar Rush taking a seat in the penalty box. Lightning runs through that pack, picks up 4 points. And with a little fancy footwork on the outside of turn 1, does it again. Lightning attempts a big apex jump, doesn't quite stick the landing, and therefore has to come to the back of the pack. Lightning being pushed on the outside of that turn by Mars's Baby Stretch. Sugar Rush back out of the penalty box, trying to chase Lightning down. That is a 12-point jam for Rome and for Lightning, bringing Rome's score to 162. Mars held scoreless, still sitting at 80. All right, Star Viking looking for a way out of that pack is pulled to the back by Mars's Rogue. Oh, Star Viking actually taking a seat in the penalty box, giving Venus Flytrap a power jam. This could be just what Mars needs right now to start evening up that score. A little bit of musical chairs in the penalty box. Mars' Jawbreaker taking a seat in the penalty box as well. It is pretty busy there. Rome's Pivot released as well as Jawbreaker. And at the end of a 7-4 jam in favor of Mars, sitting our score at 87 to 166. All right, Armstrong Jr. bumped to the outside by Thrasher, giving Lightning just the spare second necessary to get out of that pack and pick up lead jam for Rome. And just like that, Lightning calls off the jam as it's whistled to a close. 3 points from Mars, 4 for Rome. Score is at 90 to 170. I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Oh, as I was just about to say back to it, I do believe another timeout has been whistled. Okay, now we are back in action, folks, as Armstrong Jr. picks up a quick lead with Mighty Duck just about 30 feet behind. Armstrong Jr. trying to put on the gas, create just a little more space to give himself just a little more of an opportunity to score some points from Mars. He hits the pack, picks up a couple of points, calls off the jam. Armstrong Jr. able to pick up 3 points while having the discretion to keep Rome's jammers scoreless during that time. All right, Lightning looking for a way out of that pack is unfortunately called for a forearm and will now be taking a seat in the penalty box, leaving Mars's Sugar Rush an opportunity to pick up some points unopposed. Let's see what they can do with that opportunity. Mars's Jammers also currently, I do believe, outnumbering Rome's Jammers on the track due to penalties. Sugar Rush makes a clean scoring pass. Cosmic Cruiser exits the penalty box as Sugar Rush picks up 4 more points. Cosmic Cruiser taking a seat in the penalty box, Lightning returning to the track. All right, Sugar Rush calls off that jam after scoring 12 points for Mars, narrowing that lead bit by bit, and the score is now 105 to 170. I have a shout out to all the Junior Beasts from their collective parents. Says, keep skating hard, we all love you. And one for the Mars coaches from the Junior Beasts. Thanks for being our coaches. We know we are pains in the butt, but we appreciate you. And I do believe we're having another official timeout. All right, we are now back at it with Ruby Red Slapper picking up lead jam for Rome. Venus Flytrap has now exited the pack for Mars. Cleanup on aisle 3. In the meantime, Armstrong Jr. out on a scoring run for Mars, most likely taking advantage of that chaos around turn 1 and 2. Lightning jamming for Rome, trying to catch up. Armstrong Jr. clears the pack, receives the signal from his bench coach. Nope, keep going. Armstrong Jr. runs through that pack one more time, bringing the jam score to 12-8 in favor of Mars. Stretch Armstrong says, keep going, do it again. Armstrong currently trusting his blockers to hold Lightning back and maximize his opportunity to score. Armstrong Jr. tries to slide through on one foot, does not quite clear it. I see a directional penalty being called on Rome's pivot, who will be taking a seat in the box, and also another blocker from Rome taking a seat as well. Again, making it relatively easy for Armstrong to just fly through that pack and pick up more points in what could be certainly his largest jam of the game, if not the largest, but that was a 20-point jam for Armstrong Jr. Armstrong Jr. giving Armstrong Sr. a great big hug on the bench right now. And our score is now at 129-186. Star Viking, lead jammer for Rome right now. Sugar Rush out of the pack as well. I do see a timeout being called. I do believe that is an official timeout. All right, that official timeout has concluded, and we are back to the game with just about 2.5 minutes left on the period clock. And we are back in a team timeout called by Rome, I believe. All right, folks, we are back to it with 2.5 minutes left in the game, and that is Venus Flytrap picking up a quick lead for Mars. Just what Mars needs right now. Mighty Duck hot on Venus Flytrap's tail. Mighty Duck hits the pack as well. Venus Flytrap most likely looking to her bench to make a decision as to what to do. Venus Flytrap knocked to the outside of the track by Cosmic Cruiser, opts to call off the jam. All right, and with a minute and a half left in the game, Ruby Red Slapper picks up lead for Rome. Probably wondering if she can get her team over the 200 mark. Closely followed by Harmstrong Jr. Harmstrong Jr. and Ruby Red Slapper both out of the pack, bumping each other a little bit, just a little bit of jammer love. Score is now 136 to 198 with 50 seconds remaining in this game. All right, there was a timeout, there were some whistles, but now we are back at it. 33 seconds left in the jam. Star Viking receiving some calls from Rome's cheering section say, come on, take it home. Stretch Harmstrong picks up lead. Star Viking knocked into the infield by a strong defensive triangle from Mars. Harmstrong runs through that pack again. Star Viking is still struggling on the inside, held up by Mars's jammers, Baby Stretch in particular. And I do believe that is the unofficial final score. Mars has actually called a team timeout. All right, it appears that Mars called a team timeout in order to pull one more jam out of this game. The clock has been adjusted to have 5 seconds on it. All right, we are now into the 30 seconds to line up. Both teams ready to go. And just like that, Harmstrong Jr. is sent to the penalty box for a track cut. Rome's Ringo Scar, looking for a way out of that pack, does in fact find one. Ringo Scar most likely just trying to get that team over the double century mark. Harmstrong Jr. back on his feet. Ringo Scar just trying to score those last 2 points. Mars playing strong defense. Ringo Scar does clear the pack in order to bring Rome over 200 points and calls off the jam, bringing the score of this game, the final score, to, I am just waiting to see the jam ref's hands go down to make sure. The unofficial final score of this game is 140 for Mars, 202 for Rome. So skaters, if you could be so kind, I would appreciate each of you to nominate a most valuable jammer and most valuable blocker from the other team. Take your victory laps, let me know, and I will pass out some awards.